Hey there, survivors. Cougar here, back in the infection-free zone outside of Saratoga Springs, New York. We are skipping ahead a little bit. As you can see, the base is quite a bit more built up than when we left it at the end of the last episode. So we've got some crops down now, growing grains. We've still got our shelter and our warehouse, but we also now have a cookhouse that is turning the grain and meat into food for people to eat. How that works is we went out and we found some chickens on one of our scavenging runs, and we brought the chickens back here. They're now living in the barn, and we're raising them and eating them with some grain alongside. So pasta and chicken sounds delicious. A little bit of a disclaimer here. I had an issue with my mic. I was not able to record as I was recording this video. So I'm doing kind of a voiceover after the fact. I'll just try to be describing what we're seeing as we're doing it instead of doing it as I play. So we've got a med bay set up now as well. You can see we've got one doctor assigned in the med bay. Nobody actually being treated in it right now. We've got walls completely around the base now. There are some sections of wall that apparently were damaged and are being rebuilt for us. I also want to, this building down here, we need to expand our group. I made this kind of angle wall there with not knowing that, well, not anticipating that we might need more buildings inside the base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to extend that wall out around that building that we're seeing at the top of the screen there. And to do that, we're going to have to clear out this rubble that's there from another building that we demolished. So I'm going to set that as a gather spot for bricks and assign some people to it. We've also got some work being done, taking down some of the bigger buildings around the base that are impeding my line of sight when we're trying to defend the base. But that's taken up a lot of workers because those buildings are quite large. Another thing that we're doing right now is one thing that we didn't do in the last episode that I am doing now is you can conduct off-map expeditions. So you send a squad onto an off-map square and they just kind of passively sit there and loot the entire sector and then bring back whatever they find. They can encounter zombies out there. You can see that this group apparently did have a zombie encounter out there previously, and they're a little bit wounded, and it looks like they've finished up all the scavenging in that zone, and they're wounded, so we're going to send them back to base and have them sit in the med bay and heal up for a little while. Let's just check in on all the rest of our squads. It looks like there's a horde that's holding up for the daytime in one of those buildings there. I don't really want to take them on with just one squad. We'll see if we might be bringing another squad down here to help out. We'll let the squad that's down there continue with its scavenging and take a look at our other squads and see if there's somebody who we might be able to pull off their scavenging duties to come down and help clear that squad, that horde that's holed up in the building down there.
Ready for action.
Yep, that guy is not doing anything right now.
On my way.
So let's send him back to the car, fast car, and bring him down to help out the other squad.
No more to find.
Okay, these guys have lots of, these other squads have lots of scavenging to still left to do here at the north end of downtown Saratoga Springs. Lots of restaurants and bars and stuff, so they got a lot of stuff to clear out there in hopes of getting some food, more canned food for our people. So now we're bringing that the other squad down here to help out, help us take out that horde that is holed up for the daytime. Digital noises.
Hello.
More digital noises.
Chief,
I think that I know what that was. It was frequency, yada yada.
Okay, let's wait then.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and find out more about what's going on with that that transmission that's just digital noises for now. All right, we've got 2 squads arriving down here now to take out the horde that's held up for the day in the building over there. Get moving.
let's do it.
I could have sent one squad in there with them, but this squad that we have here that was down here already is only armed with pistols. They don't have anybody with an assault rifle. So I wanted to bring down another squad, a squad that had an assault rifle to make this just even easier. And we'll go with overwhelming force.
Clear. We're not alone here. This house is infected.
Roar, roar, roar. That's clear.
Getting orders.
Great.
On my way.
Now we'll get this guy back to his scavenging duties, and the other guy is scavenging the building that he's in right now. Actually, I guess we'll set both of these folks to scavenge these buildings here. This guy apparently forgot that he was in a car, and now he's going to use that car to collect everything up.
On my way. Reporting. On my way.
And the dude in the pickup truck, let's see what else still needs. We still got a lot of scavenging that needs to be done here on the western side of the map. So let's bring him down here. One of those buildings is marked as a potential food resource, so we'll check that out.
Waiting orders.
And this guy can just check out all these little houses down here. Boom, 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 boom.
Building clear.
All right, so while they're busy with that stuff, let's check back in here at
No more
base.
find.
We've got that group that we
Clear.
sent back with had stuff in the trunk, so they're back here now.
Clear.
And they're healthy-ish. One of the guys is a little bit wounded.
Building
We might
clear.
send him to the med bay. Actually, it looks like the car was out of gas. So we've put this squad in the car here and let it sit outside the HQ, and now it's being filled up with gas.
There's nothing left. Building clear.
And it's full, but we also want to get that car repaired. It was getting a little banged up. So we've assigned 2 people to go and work on car repair there.
No more to find.
And just taking a look at our citizens, what they're all assigned to. Again, I've got these big buildings around the base that I want to take down because they're impeding my line of sight. But that is taking up a large portion of our workforce. So I think we're going to put some of this deconstruction on hold. I do want that one that's there to the right
No more to find.
taken down, because that is really very close to base and blocking our line of sight. So we'll keep people on that and then take people off the other deconstruction projects that we had them assigned to that were using up a lot of our
Going
citizens
there.
to deconstruct these big buildings. Also because we're fine on resources right now. I mean,
Going there.
deconstructing those buildings does give us a lot of stuff, but we don't need that stuff right now. What we really need is to get the rubble clear down there in front of, between those buildings there, so that we can build out our wall and have that new building encased within our walls.
Don't work, Gabe. Start winding down. Rest.
So something about, we're transmitting a lot, we're using the antenna a lot, and maybe that's going to attract attention, and we should be cautious. Nah. Whatever you got, bring it.
Even if
Search done.
bandits are no match for us anyway.
Yeah.
We should keep broadcasting.
Right. Yeah, with 6 full squads, most of them armed with at least 1 automatic weapon, I think we're in pretty good shape firepower-wise. So bring it on. There's a little bit of wall there that I have to deconstruct. You see just to the right of the gate. I have to bring down that bit of wall so that I can then extend from the gate out to create a new area down there encompassing that new building that we want to turn into a factory at some
Let's
point.
do it.
One of my squads apparently forgot that he was assigned to a car and decided to, when his inventory got full, decided to walk all the way back down to base instead of going back to the car that he was assigned to.
Horde spotted.
Got a horde. Where is it? Off there. But they're not, it's not close, and it's not, they're not actually threatening us. So
Going there.
But this guy is done with his scavenging. We'll probably bring him back to base for the
Roger.
night.
Ready for action.
This guy up there is done with his scavenging, and that car is running low on fuel, so we're probably going to send this guy back to base as well.
Building clear.
Yeah, it's almost, he's
No more
like
flying.
halfway full of food. No, okay, so we're going to do a little bit more scavenging out here until we have to get back to base. Just run through all those buildings there.
Building clear. There's nothing left.
Yep, we're not hearing any swarm warnings, so we'll hear a big screeching horde yell if a swarm is incoming. At that point, we got to get everybody back to, or at least most of our squads back to base to defend the base. But we haven't heard that yet tonight, so I think we're going to be okay. Just keep people out scavenging. They're all well armed. They can defend themselves.
Clear.
Here's the squad we had back at base.
Horde spotted.
That screech is a swarm warning. So now we do have to get everybody back to base. So all squads return.
All squads, return to base.
And this will bring in all 6 squads, including the squad that was off on the expedition map doing the expedition in another zone.
Going there. Waiting
Oh,
orders.
and all these guys apparently forgot that they were assigned to cars, and they're trying to walk back to base. We're going to have to put them back in their cars and head them back to base. That's something that I've noticed with Save, Quit, Reload is if they're assigned to a car, they'll use it very intelligently. They'll use it to, they'll put stuff in the trunk and then bring it back to base when it's full and stay with the car. But if you save, quit, and reload, they seem to forget
Operator.
that they're assigned to a car, and you have to reassign them to the car. Or they do silly stuff like this, like trying to walk back to base, even though there's a car right there waiting for them. Okay, that's one group back to base. It's like 2 a.m. There's still a chance that we see a horde tonight.
On my way.
I mean, that we see the swarm. It's going to take a while for the swarm to get here. So after you hear that warning howl,
We're on the move.
you do have some time to get people back and get set up.
Reporting. Roger.
But for now, yeah, I'm just letting everybody drop their stuff off at HQ, and then we don't yet know what direction the horde is coming in from.
Roger.
So I want to keep them in their cars so that we can quickly move them within the base area to whatever side the swarm is coming from.
Let's do it.
Pausing for a sec to just make sure everybody's good.
Reporting. Going there.
Yeah, devs, I really wish the devs would implement a button where that just says go get in the nearest car, because getting squads
And earn your keep.
into their individual cars is kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, so it's sunrise now. So apparently the swarm did not make it from the edge of the map to our base before sunup, which is fine. They're going to go to ground. They'll be in some buildings out there. We don't know where because we weren't watching them when they went into the building. But I think it's probably worth it. That gate is damaged. We need to set some people on repair duties for that gate. And I think the watchtower to the left is also damaged. So I think we're going to put some repairs on there. Groans and moans.
Do you?
Yeah, I think we just got butt dialed by a zombie. So forget it. Just switch channel. All right, and it's kind of we're doing some base maintenance and stuff here. which is kind of wasting a day for our dudes who are all just sitting back here at base waiting for the swarm to arrive, which it's not going to arrive during the daytime. So when we get everything squared away back here at base, I'm just looking at the walls here to see if any of them are damaged. I wish there was an easier way to tell that a wall was damaged instead of having to click on every single wall section to see what its integrity was. But yeah, like it's halfway through the day almost, and we haven't actually sent anybody out on any scavenging expeditions. So this is kind of a wasted day, and we know that the swarm is going to be arriving the next night, tonight. So we're not going to get much work done today. By the time we finally get groups out there
Going there.
scavenging, it's going to be almost nightfall, and we're going to have to bring them back right away.
On my way.
In the meantime, what I'm doing here is I'm checking. We did have a couple of automatic weapons in storage, so I'm replacing at least one pistol in each squad, so that each squad has at least one automatic weapon.
Reporting.
And we've still got a lot of scavenging to do there north of town, but we also have an expedition that we're going to send a large vehicle on an expedition off map.
Waiting orders. Operator.
And everybody else we're going to send up to the north end of town that still has a lot of buildings to loot. But as I mentioned, you know, it's already 1 p.m., so they're not going to get a lot of work done before we have to bring everybody back to base. But we'll just assign them a bunch of buildings. We'll see how far along they can get before it's time to bring them in.
Building work done.
There is a group of raiders. We've spotted a small group of raiders. I'm not that worried about them. We're in vehicles, so we can easily outpace them.
Take him down.
If we wanted to, we could drive across, you know, we could use the van as a weapon and take them out by driving at them. But I don't think they're really a threat, so we'll just ignore them. More scavenging to be done up here.
Roger.
But again, it's so late in the day, I don't expect them to actually get through much before it's time to bring everybody back. It was kind of a wasted day there, but these things happen. We did have stuff that we had to sort out back at the base.
Raiders are coming. Get ready.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them. If we get the opportunity, we'll take them out, but we're not going to go hunting for them. A house is infected. Is that one of our off... Okay, so that's one of our off-map expedition groups, and they're just going to fight off these zombies. It is a large group of infected that they're encountering up there, so we're going to keep a close eye on them as they fight these guys, and if they get into trouble, if they start taking a lot of damage, if they start getting wounded or the car starts taking a lot of damage, we'll pull them out and get them back to base. Taking a little damage, but the zombies are going down pretty quickly too. I think we'll be able to take this group out without losing anybody. Yep. Victory! The car took a little bit of damage there. We're going to have to get that patched up when we get back to base, and we're going to have to get our squad back and put them in the med bay for a little while to get them healed up. I mean, they'll heal up on their own anyway, but the med bay speeds things up. All right, we're just looking for another... It's late in the day now, so I'm just trying to find some place that we can get to quickly with this relatively fast car and do a couple of quick scavenges before nightfall.
Work's done. Head back to your shelters.
And there's nightfall. Speak of the devil. You know what that means. It's a swarm night.
Operator. Raiders spotted.
That's that same little group of raiders there.
Requesting support.
Who needs support? Oh, it's just us driving through the raiders. In which case, this looks like a good opportunity to actually use the truck to take them out.
We're on the move. Building clear.
Squish. Like that. And they left us a pistol and some ammo. Good.
On my way. Search done. Ready for action. Reporting.
I don't know why I was assigning people to scavenging that late in the day. We should be thinking about getting everybody back to base is what we should be doing. Again, apologies. My voice did not record as I was recording the video, so I'm doing this voiceover after the fact, this narration.
Reporting. Let's do it. Ready for action. Let's do it.
All right, we're starting to get people back to base now because that swarm is going to be coming in. We do have 2 squads already back at base, which will at least, you know, be sufficient to slow down the swarm before they arrive, hopefully. If they arrive before the rest of our squads get back.
We're on the move.
And that gate is still damaged. See the northern gate there? It's at like less than half integrity. So I really need to get some people assigned to repair that. But we don't want to set them to repair it tonight because it'll deconstruct the gate. The gate will become see-through, pass-throughable. It won't really be there. Okay, we'll just drop stuff off at base. And then again, we're going to keep people in the cars because we don't really know where this swarm is going to be arriving from. So we might need to get to one of the buildings, defend one of these buildings quickly.
Waiting orders. We're on the move. There are some infected.
Here they come. There they are. And this is a new type of zombie that we're seeing here. This is one, instead of a horde of zombies, this is one big, mean zombie leading the horde. So there are no buildings over on the side that they're going to be approaching from, so we can't get up in a building and shoot down at them from the windows. But we will be able to shoot basically through the wall. I mean, we can imagine that they're up on a palisade on the wall shooting down over it. But they really just need to be, you know, they can shoot through the wall for now.
Operator.
Okay, we've got all 5 squads back at base. Still 1 squad out on the off-map expedition, but 5 squads should be plenty to defend from this swarm. So here comes the initial wave of the swarm.
They're trying to get inside.
Not too bad, but it's not over yet. Just a couple of groups. Here we go.
Another one incoming.
Shoot them, guys. Get them. Yeah, we're taking them out. 5 fully armed squads. The swarm doesn't have a chance. I don't have guardsmen in the guards towers because, well, first of all, the gate was being repaired and that watchtower is being repaired. But also, you know, with 5 fully armed squads there, we didn't really need them.
Going there. Receiving.
Okay, now it's time for the fiddly bit of getting everybody back into their cars and assigned to tasks.
We're on the move.
Okay, just checking out my squads, seeing who needs what here in terms of weaponry. Yeah, see, we got 1 squad with 3 automatic weapons and a pistol, and another squad with 1 with no automatic weapons. So I really need to even things out a little bit in terms of how the squad makeups, how they're all armed. But for now, yeah, a new day is about to start, and we got to get everybody on their scavenging duties.
Operator.
which I really hope the devs implement some kind of drag system where you can drag a box around a group of buildings and send a squad
On my
to
way.
scavenge that group of buildings instead of having to select each building individually. That's just a huge pain in the butt, and it doesn't have to be that way because they've already got a drag mechanic
Receiving.
for the harvesting stuff, harvesting wood, harvesting metal, harvesting bricks. So they just need to implement that for
Going there.
scavenging, and hopefully it'll be a little less fiddly in terms of looting all these tiny little buildings.
On my way.
Yeah, a lot of good loot, well, potentially good lootable buildings up here at the north end of
Reporting.
town. So we'll get people on that.
Roger.
And then, so this is Congress Park. We're going to send somebody to do some scavenging here in Congress Park.
Going there.
There's Congress Spring. You know, Saratoga Springs, it's famous for its mineral water and fresh water. You've also got a museum there, a racing museum, and a casino also is on the outskirts of the park now. I think that's the casino building there. Okay,
orders.
just checking in on all our squads from the main, you know, the overview, seeing what everybody's
On my way.
doing. We've still got a lot of stuff. So those 4 groups are all assigned. We got to get this guy back.
Infected incoming.
That's just one little horde still out because it's nighttime.
Ready for action. Going there.
Don't be slackers. Wake up and do your job.
A new day begins.
Clear.
And I would say that we can, you know, we'll have a little break
On my way.
from the swarms and stuff. But if you remember, last night technically
Spotted.
wasn't a swarm night. It spawned the night before, and then it held up in buildings during the daylight hours, and then hit us on the second night. So it's actually...
Sir, we've encountered a group of people willing to join us.
Oh, good. Yep, bring them in.
Send them in.
We still have plenty of food. We've got lots of canned food, and we're now growing our own crops, and we've got the chickens
Chief, we're scavenging
turning out
this
meat.
place, but there is something odd about it.
Uh-oh.
Someone must have been here. Get on the ground! Drop your weapon!
Okay, so this encounter again, we've seen this before. We saw this in the last episode, but remember, I've skipped a lot of time since the
Who is
last
this?
episode and this one. So it hasn't been... It's not like the very next day we get exactly the same encounter.
you?
It's been like 20 days or something, and now we're seeing the same encounter again.
I want to speak to the leader.
But we're going to handle it slightly differently this time.
Where- Je-
So we're going to go ahead and agree to his conditions and say that, yes, we will bring you a bunch of canned food in exchange for our prisoners, but because he
We'll be
double-crossed us on
We'll
the
bring what we
last
can.
encounter, we are going to do our own
I'm
little bit of...
glad we have an understanding.
We're
Later.
going to do our own little double-cross here. So we are going to assemble a bunch of squads, I think 3 squads. We're going to send them all to where they're holding our squad hostage and see if we can't resolve this by force this
Ready for
time.
action.
Or at least
Roger.
with an overwhelming show of force, anyway.
Receiving. There's nothing left. Ready for action.
All right, so we're
Let's do it.
we're assembling 3 squads here, and then we've got the 1 squad that's being held hostage in the building there.
Operator. Receiving. Operator, waiting orders.
All right, let's assemble our squads,
Roger.
our little staging area right outside the front door,
We need more resources.
and see what he thinks of this response. Our staging area was on the wrong side of the building. It's okay.
Whoa. I see that somebody doesn't like playing by the rules.
Yeah, speak for
I
yourself.
told you to come with supplies, not guns.
Release my people now. Nobody will get hurt. First, you release the captives, and then we'll talk.
That's not what we agreed,
Yeah, well-
operator mate.
I didn't agree on
Don't
having
give
my
us
people
what
taken
we
hostage
want,
in the
or your
first
people
place.
will be singing hallelujah in heaven today.
And I didn't agree on getting double-crossed by you the last time we were in this situation. So here, meet my 3 heavily
Okay.
armed squads. He's going to count to 3 again, but we know how this ends. He's going to back down.
Point there.
God damn it, operator mate. You've got balls of steel.
I do.
We're on the move.
Nobody wants to
Waiting
die
orders.
today.
Nope.
Take your
We're on the
people
move.
and off with you. You earned it.
Yay.
Waiting orders. Waiting orders. Waiting orders. Waiting orders. Let's do it.
So, both
Let's do it.
times we have encountered that hostage-taking situation, we've been able
Chief,
to
It makes me so
get out of
proud
it
to
without a
say that
loss of
we've
life.
created a safe and prosperous place to live. Even if not everything is perfect,
We're on the
it
move.
fills everybody with hope that we may live normally one day. I
This
think
little-
we should gather all our people together
this
and
little group of
rejoice.
raiders here. We've got 3 squads in the area, so why don't we go ahead and just use our overwhelming firepower to take them out right now.
Take him down. We're under attack. They're coming.
Great, and they left us a bunch of pistols and ammo. Fantastic. Yeah. We have to respond to that radio transmission. She's asking us if we want to celebrate or not.
On my way.
You're right. Let's
Roger.
throw a big one for the
Ready
people.
for action. Let's do it.
I don't really know what that means. I mean, I've never actually seen any
On my way.
celebration
On my
taking
way.
place. I don't know that it has any impact.
Ready for action.
And now it's halfway through the day again,
On
but
my
we're going
way.
to see if we can get a little bit of more scavenging going on before nightfall.
We're on the move. Operator. Reporting. Receiving. We're on the move.
Okay. So we've got a little bit of scavenging orders for them, but you know, it's going to be dark soon. And as I said, you know, there's no
more to find.
we can't count on this not being a swarm night because last night was a swarm night because last night wasn't a swarm night. Swarm night was 2 nights ago, which means we
There's
could
nothing left.
potentially get another swarm tonight. Our dude took a little bit of damage in the encounter with the raiders, but he's not in terrible shape. And tonight, when we send him
Clear.
back to base, he can spend a little time in the med bay to speed up
Building
his
clear.
healing. Let's check in on the
Clear.
dude doing the squad doing the off-map expedition. It looks like they've
more to
still
find.
got some expeditioning to do. They are loading up on good stuff, but they're only about
done.
halfway through their scavenging of that area.
Search done. Waiting orders.
So
more to
leave
find.
them to it.
Waiting orders. Reporting. Waiting orders.
Oh, and this guy we left out in the middle of Congress Park. Got to get him back doing something.
Operator. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's getting on toward evening, so we'll see if we can just have him search a couple more buildings and then before coming back.
Roger. Let's do it.
And then we got to get people out here to search these buildings out here. So this is Union Avenue. This is the main drag leading out to the Saratoga racetrack, the big racetrack there. And all these buildings along Union Avenue, they're all these big old Victorian homes. They're really beautiful, and the people take really good care of them. And it's it's a sight to see. If you ever visit Saratoga Springs, you're going to enjoy driving down Union Avenue.
Start winding down for some rest.
Clear.
Okay. A little bit more scavenging going on before calling it a night. Let's just check on things back here at base. We never had anyone assigned to do the repairs on the gate, which is a problem. Oh, and now we've got a horde, but they're not very close. They're not very close to us, and they haven't really seen us. They may be seeing us now. Yep, I think they've seen us
We're
now.
on the move. Receive it. On my way.
In which case, I guess we're going to fight.
Clear.
All right, we got out of that with no injuries. That worked well. So let's get him back on scavenging duties. Back to the truck, the van first, and then a little more midnight scavenging.
No more to find.
But that's downtown right there, and you see that's pretty well cleared
We're
out.
running out of stock.
All those restaurants and bars, we got all the food from them, so we stocked up well on food.
Oh, your guys are pretty tough, goddammit.
Yes, we are.
I thought my men would make short work of you.
Building
But
clear.
I lost them.
That's what you get for messing with us.
The risk I took was calculated, but man,
There's
am
nothing
I bad at math.
That guy doesn't sound so bad.
No more to find.
You know, we never... I've never actually killed any of his guys, and he hasn't killed any of mine. So, you know, as raiders go, I think he's a pretty okay guy.
Building clear.
Yeah, so this is the gate that I hoped to have being repaired, but I forgot to assign people to it. The gate and the watchtower. So neither of them are repaired.
Building clear.
Just checking on what my citizens are doing here, making sure our workforce is appropriately allocated. You see the factory workers, don't have a factory. That's why I want to extend my wall out and turn that building right there into a factory so that we can produce fertilizer, which will increase the yield of our crops. Because we are, even with that many crop fields down, we're still not turning out enough grain to feed everybody, but we could be if we start using fertilizer, because fertilizer will more than double the yield of each of those crop plots. Uh-oh. That's a swarm warning. And it looks like a lot of my squads are pretty far away from their cars. So
Roger.
I think we're just going to have to send them back to their cars and get them back to base.
Receiving. Roger. There are some infected around
To
here.
greet the swarm. We got some, these are just regular old
Let's do it.
nighttime hordes up here now.
Receiving.
This is not actually the swarm up here.
Receiving. On my way.
But we got to get these guys out of here as fast as possible. And this guy down here. Yep, him too. Back to his car. Well, we'll let him finish the scavenging that he's doing right here. He's almost done. And now get back.
Going there.
They got a ways to go, but they're moving. And again, we got the swarm warning at about midnight, so it's possible that this swarm again won't reach us tonight and may have to hold up during the day and come for us tomorrow.
Ready for action.
Although
On my way.
it is raining, and when it's overcast,
Receiving.
the zombies
Let's do
will
it.
come out because the sun's not out.
Ready for action.
So
On my way.
they could even hit us tomorrow during the day. We may have to keep our guys here all day to see if they come through the rain to attack the base. All right, now we just gotta sit here and wait. Yeah, 2 a.m. I don't know that we're gonna see them tonight. Just check our civilian distribution. I don't have anybody on the guard towers, but I do now. I've assigned guards, so the civilians are coming out, grabbing weapons, and getting in the guard towers. We'll have to see what kind of horde this is going to be, because if it's a doggy horde, they move pretty quickly, and they could reach us before daylight. But again,
Building work done.
it may not even matter because it's raining, so it counts as night anyway. Just have to wait and see. Just checking the guard tower, make sure people are assigned. Yes, they were assigned. Now they're reassigned. Come and get us, swarm. Dinner time.
Still in bed?
Beat it
We're
up a
missing
bit.
resources.
Off your duty.
All right, it's daylight, but again, it is raining, so no sign of the swarm yet. Don't know if they're going to hold up in a building or going to keep coming.
Operator. Let's do it.
Put people back in cars.
Horde spotted.
Okay. Oh, and it's a doggy horde. All right, so we're going to get a lot of infected puppies. But it is dinner time. Come get your kibble, pups. And by kibble, I mean human flesh. All right, so let's get some of these squads
Waiting orders.
in the appropriate spots. We'll get some up in the building just to the right
Going there.
of the main entrance.
There are some infected around here. Ready for action. Roger.
And then other people around the entrance just to help. I do have a little gap in the fence there. There's a tiny one brick gap between the gate and the fence, which isn't really a terrible thing. It's actually been working rather well for me. When they come through that gap single file, it makes them really easy to kill.
Breaking into our building.
So I may fix the gap or I may not. I don't know yet. That's a lot of doggies.
They're breaking into our building.
Okay. Not bad. They hardly touched our walls or our gate. And we took them down pretty quickly. Yeah, that's that little gap. You can barely see it. It's to the left of the gate from this view. Between the wall and the gate, there's a tiny gap there.
Reporting. We're on the move. Ready
Right.
for action.
So now the fiddly bit of getting everybody back in their cars and back out scavenging. It's going to be a little tricky today because it is raining and overcast, so there will be hordes out and about.
Let's do it.
So I think we'll try to
Ready
keep
for
everybody
Roger.
in one general vicinity, one neighborhood, doing the
On
scavenging,
my way.
so that they can assist each other if necessary.
Roger. Reporting. Reporting. We're on the move. Operator. Roger. Waiting orders. Reporting.
I would kill
Reporting.
for a button on the squad interface that says
Operator.
"Go get in the nearest car," because that is such a pain in the
Waiting
butt,
orders.
assigning them each to their cars all the time. All right, so where are we going to be? Not too far away from base and a large scavenging area so that we can keep everybody in the same neighborhood. This looks like a good spot here on Thoroughbred Drive. And what I'm going to start doing now is grouping squads, sending squads out in pairs, because for one thing, it cuts down on the number of orders that you have to give. If you give them both squads the same orders, you only have to give it once instead of twice, and they'll get through these buildings very, very quickly, so they can clear an entire neighborhood in an afternoon if they're
Waiting
working
orders.
together. Plus, they're backup for each other if needed.
Let's do it.
So this looks like a good neighborhood to put everybody to work in scavenging today.
Hostiles inbound.
Oh, one little leftover horde, doggy horde up there,
Search done.
chasing our expedition squad. The squad that was out on the expedition, they've apparently
Search done.
finished scavenging the zone that they were assigned to. Now they're heading back. And it looks like we're going to drive right through a couple of hordes of zombies. In which case, this might be a good opportunity to use the truck as a battering ram and get rid of those two hordes.
Building clear.
Boop,
Requesting
boop,
support.
squish, squish, squish. Squish, squish, two hordes down. The trade-off is a little bit of damage to the truck, but we got plenty of resources. We can repair that truck, no problem.
Operator. We're on the move. There's nothing left. Search done.
All right, so what's everybody going to do now? We should let them... Again, I think...
On my
Oh,
way.
we lost a person at some point, somehow. I'm not really sure how. And what you're looking at here is me struggling to understand how to replenish the squad. I think they have to be in the HQ in order for the replenish button on the squad panel to work. What I'm going to do, instead of figuring that out, I'm just going to disband the squad and I'm going to create a new squad.
Receiving.
But it'll use the people that were already in the squad to begin with because they already have experience. So you can see they've got little, private
Receiving.
marks
Going
on them,
there.
little rank
Ready for
insignia. So they'll be used first.
Roger. Building clear.
And a lot of scavenging.
Clear. Ready for action. Reporting.
And here's where I'm going to start using two squads at once. Yeah, one little horde off there. They're not actually incoming. They're just wandering around.
Going there.
But we're going to use two squads, give them the same orders. They're going to get through these houses twice as fast, and they'll be back up for each other. And we only have to give the orders once instead of twice.
Reporting. Roger.
These guys are slightly injured,
Wrap it up, folks.
and I don't really
Call it a day.
have anything better for them to do, so I'm just going to put them in the med bay for a while to clear up their injuries a bit faster.
There's nothing left.
Yep,
Building clear.
those hordes are out and about in the rain.
There's nothing left.
Still got a lot of buildings to loot through
No
down
more to
here.
find. We're
A
on the
lot,
move.
a lot.
Building clear. Clear. There's nothing left.
But we had a swarm last night,
There's
so
nothing building clear.
I'm not expecting one tonight. So I think we're going to
No more to find.
let everybody stay out and continue scavenging that
There's
neighborhood
nothing
down
left.
there.
Clear.
All right,
Clear.
this squad has been sitting in the med bay. They're now all healed up.
Clear.
Well, pretty much healed up.
There are some infected around here. No more to find.
Not sure what to do with this squad. We may
There's
send them
nothing
out
left.
on another
Building
expedition. Let's just speed
Building
things
clear.
up.
No more to find.
Let's- there-
Requesting support. They're coming.
Whoa, not good. Well, that horde apparently heard us, and we ended up getting targeted. Luckily,
Support.
we have groups nearby, squads nearby that can come to help. I'm going to put them both in this building that they're right on top of there.
Let's do it. Waiting orders. Let's do it. Let's do it. Infected inside. Danger close.
That was a good-sized horde. I'm glad we had 2 squads available in close proximity
We're on
to
the
take
move.
them down. Even so, this squad got pretty beat up. We'll
We're on
have
the
to
move.
park them in the med bay next time we send them back to base. Yeah, we're doing that right now.
Receiving. We're on the move. Roger. Reporting. Going there.
And I think we'll bring this guy back to base too.
Roger.
Or nope, more scavenging for him. Or them, I should say.
Clear.
Yeah, there's another horde down there.
Ready for action. Ready for action.
But this doubled up squad
Going there.
should take them out. They've seen us.
Going
Fall
there.
back. Beautiful. Piece of cake.
Roger.
Get back to scavenging.
There's nothing left. Receiving. Let's do it. Clear.
We're going to do the same thing with these 2 squads.
Building clear.
We'll group them and then give them orders at the same time. So they move faster and we don't have to give the orders
No
as
more
many
to
times.
find.
By move faster, I
Building
mean
clear.
they clear these buildings faster.
Reporting. There's nothing left.
Checking on stuff back at base. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the
There's
squad
nothing
that's in the
left.
med bay. They're fully healed up, but I'm just going to leave them there
Building
because
clear.
they're the only squad at the base tonight. So if anything,
We're on the move.
if we end up getting attacked,
There's nothing left.
at least they'll be there to
Search
slow them
done.
down. I'm waiting for
No
this
more to
little
find.
piece of wall next to the gate to be deconstructed so that I can build a new wall
No more to find.
out around that building so we can turn it
There's
into a
nothing
factory.
left. Search done.
But for some reason, I keep assigning someone to
Building clear.
deconstruct the wall, and then I come back and click on it, and the person has been taken off the
more to
task, and I have to reassign someone. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if I'm doing something wrong.
Search done.
But I've had to do that a number of times.
There's nothing left. There's nothing left. Ready for action.
I'm keeping an eye on
Building
these
clear.
guys because I didn't have them assigned to cars when I gave them these
We are out
these
of resources.
scavenge orders.
The work ain't gonna wait for us. Let's get to it.
So I wasn't sure that it was going to... I'm not sure. She's saying we're out of resources, but I don't know what resources she means. She may be talking about wheat.
Let's do it. just encountered some wounded people.
Oh,
They claim to have been attacked by some armed men and escaped afterwards.
okay.
Where were they attacked?
It was at... The men who attacked them jumped from the house there.
Send them in.
Search done.
All right, send them in. We'll patch them up, and we'll send some squads over to investigate that ambush
There's
house.
nothing left.
Good news is we've got all these squads here ready to be put into action.
Roger.
We're going to have to get them back to their cars first,
There's
though.
nothing left. Search done. Receiving.
Do we send all 4 squads or just 3?
Clear. Search done.
Whoop, where are you going? No, don't do that.
Waiting orders. Roger. Receiving.
Okay, so I want this guy, this squad here, I want to continue searching. No, stop.
Job done.
Waiting orders. Let's
Continue
do it.
searching
Roger.
these 4 buildings and then get back to your truck and then get back to base. It's a godsend that you can queue orders like that, because without that ability, this would be a real drag.
Receiving. Waiting orders. On my way.
Just gonna send everybody over
Search
to
done.
a staging area near that ambush house. The cars will travel at different speeds, so I want to make sure that they regroup before we actually send them into action.
There's nothing left.
And it'd be good if we could get inside one of these buildings. You can only defend from a building that you've already cleared.
Operator, we found the raiders' hideout. They haven't spotted us yet, and it looks like a perfect opportunity to attack. Should we engage?
Let's find out more first. How many of them are there?
From what we can see, I'd say about a dozen.
A dozen. So that's 3 squads worth.
What kind of weapons do they have?
The usual, some pistols, a few rifles.
What are they doing?
Most of them don't do anything. Some raiders are looking out through windows.
That's enough info.
What shall we...
You need more guns. We'll get you some backup.
Yep, let's get everybody regrouped,
Roger that, sir.
and we will send all 3 squads in to investigate.
Waiting orders.
As I
Waiting
was saying,
orders.
you can only defend from inside buildings that you've already cleared, and none of the buildings around here have been cleared. So what I'm going to do, instead of just sending them directly into action, I'm going to send them into buildings on the way there, so that if we have to fall back into a building to defend, we can.
Receiving. Going there. Operator, on my way.
So let's go clear this building. We can use it as a fallback position. And they haven't noticed us yet, so let's move to the next building closer.
Search done.
And that next building is clear. So now we have a place to fall back to if we get into trouble. And we could just use our cars, you know, we could drive through there with 3 cars and
Sir, we've encountered a
try to
group of
take them out
people
that way,
willing to
but
join
it's
us.
that's not really fair, is it? I'm gonna take in some more survivors here. Go ahead.
Send them in.
Kill them. Operator, waiting orders.
No one's gotten injured yet. People are groaning, but I think that's the enemy squad groaning. Great, that was easy, and they left us a bunch of automatic weapons and ammo.
Going there.
let's check the houses that they were standing outside
We're
of
on the
just in
move.
case. It's clear.
Building clear.
All right.
Let's do it.
This guy forgot that
Let's
he
do
was
it.
in a car, so let's send him back to the car and then send him back to base. And there are actually 2 squads
Waiting
there.
orders. Roger.
This guy too, same thing. Back to the car, then back to base.
Operator. Going there. On my way.
And those 2 squads that just left are bringing back automatic weapons, so we're going to be able to rearm our squads with a little bit more firepower. Of course, the trade-off with the automatic weapons is they burn through ammo quite a bit faster.
Let's do it.
Yep, we've got a horde holed up in a building just outside of base. I think once these
Reporting.
other squads get back and drop off their goodies, we're going to go out and clear that, so
Let's
that
do it.
that horde isn't
No more
right on
fun.
top of base come nightfall.
Receiving. We're on the move. No more to find. There's nothing left. Building clear. Clear. Waiting orders.
Time to sleep, everyone.
Waiting orders.
Tomorrow's
Roger.
another day.
Operator going there. Roger. No more to find. Danger close. Horde inside.
Overwhelming force. That's how we clear hordes. All right, and it's
There's nothing left.
getting on
Clear.
toward evening. So we'll just let those guys stay at base and we'll send this guy back. Let him finish up his scavenging and then send him back.
Going there. Roger. On my way. Clear.
Okay, everybody's back at
Search
base in case of swarm or horde attack. Well, not everybody, but they're on their way.
Search done.
And we're going to now take
Operator, Roger.
advantage. Oh, I thought we were going to replace some pistols with assault weapons. But I guess I'm not doing that now. All right, let's check in on the group. We don't have anybody on an expedition right now. I left somebody. I forgot where that last group
Receiving.
was. They were just sitting down there the whole time, not doing anything.
We're on the move. Hostiles inbound.
Well, we'll send them back to base, let them drop off the stuff that they have, and then probably send them out on another expedition, off-map expedition.
Hostiles inbound. Ready for action. We're on the move.
I like to give the squads a little break from
Operator.
time to time, let them just sit in the building. Okay, so now what I'm doing is replacing. There are 2 squads that
Let's
only
do it.
have pistols.
Operator.
I'm making sure that all squads have at least 1 automatic weapon on them. And we even have another one, so one squad may end up with 2 automatic weapons. Yep, we got all 6 back there at base. And all squads have at least 1 automatic weapon now.
Hi there, operator.
Hi,
How you doing, mate?
not bad.
I know how it sounds, and we did you some wrong, but I've got nobody else to call. And shit hit the fan.
What in the hell is happening there?
Well, to put it lightly, we're surrounded at. These infected jack shits are already inside, and we're stuck in the last room. We won't hold out for long, and none of my boys can come help, so...
Why should we help you?
We'll do anything, really! Whatever you want, your call.
How about you disarm and join us?
Surrender your weapons and join us.
But how are we supposed to live then?
You're in no position to refuse.
All right, all right. But do anything, just get us out of here.
We're coming to get you out.
Thanks, mate. Just make haste, goddammit.
On my way.
All right, the good news is we are in a position to make haste with everybody just hanging out here at HQ drinking coffee and bourbon.
Going there. Reporting.
So now we just get to the fiddly bit of trying to get everybody into their individual cars without them continually turning around and going back into the HQ for some reason. I think what they're doing is they're trying to empty the car inventory and their own inventory.
We're on the move.
It doesn't really work that well. See, you tell them to get in the car and they just turn around and go back into HQ. You got to move them. Move them out of the building and then into the car works better.
We're on the move. Reporting. Going there. Let's do it. Going there.
Well,
We're
he's
on
just.
the move.
This squad was just emptying out the
Receiving.
truck.
Roger.
Oh, this is such a pain in the
On my
butt.
way.
I wish he didn't have to do this every
Receiving.
time.
Roger.
Okay. But plenty of squads to choose from. We'll choose the fastest traveling
Waiting
vehicles
orders. Waiting orders.
and send them up to help our
Let's do it.
former adversaries, now
Waiting
potential allies. Just checking out what else we can do. We've got a bunch of squads not assigned now, so I'm going to send at least one on an off-map expedition, maybe two.
Ready for action.
Yeah, we're going to send this guy off-map to the one that's indicating there might be medical supplies up there.
Reporting. Roger. There are some infected around here. Requesting support!
That's okay, we're just driving through a horde.
Waiting orders.
Okay, we've arrived, and there are a bunch of hordes around here. We're gonna have to clear these hordes.
Let's do it.
We might be able to use the trucks. Just mow them down.
On my way.
Oh yeah. Squish, squish, squish. And squish. And they're down. Alright, now we'll send some squads into the building to clear out any stragglers.
Well, operator, you've got us out after all. I can't believe you did that, but you did. I should have given you my respect much earlier. You're the bigger man, no doubt. What will you do with us now, huh?
Yeah? I mean, we've
You'll
got
fight
a...
for us.
That's better than dying, I guess. Thanks. We'll try not to screw things up.
We've got more than
Welcome
100
to the zone.
civilians now, which is a lot. You know, we're feeding a lot of people, but I think we'll go ahead and ask this group to join us as well.
Receiving.
And now we'll send these guys out in pairs to do more scavenging. Yeah, we still got a lot of buildings to clear up here at the north end of town. That's one pair.
Waiting orders. Operator. Roger. Horde spotted.
We are almost through with clearing out downtown Saratoga, which is great. But I think that is probably a good place to call it an episode. It's been an eventful couple of days. We had a swarm. We defended from one swarm that came in with that one big ugly guy. And then we defended from another.
Raiders spotted.
We've got work to do.
We defended from another swarm, a doggy swarm.
Enemy group approaching.
Well, that's a lot of raiders. We also got through another one of those hostage situations without losing anybody, and then were able to rescue our hostage takers from a bad situation there,
Receiving.
and got them to join us. So a lot going on the last couple of days. Oh, we also encountered that group that was ambushing survivor groups, and we were able to take them out and make that area a little bit safer over on the west side of the map. But yeah, I think
Search
that'll
done.
do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. There'll be more coming. Stay safe, survivors.